Shiny immediately gonna be first up. Trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a go versus Cold Brew. Last time Cold Brew got himself double bolts and that was over. For all these pharaohs out there, both Clapton and Shiny had a bit of a heart. Wasn't it? I don't think it was actually Cold Brew. I think it was Rick. That's a Warlock, man. They're almost all the same. Nearly all the same. Bolt does connect. Overlord slamming down. Not going to feel that great at all. Shiny having to go for defenses here early. But where he's at right now, still can get caught out by the succubus though. That is unfortunate. The only way you could really heal outside of procs is just spam and regrowth, but that means an opportunity for succubus to catch him really quickly. And if the Warlock times it right, I mean, he can basically start the queue for the succubus cast, I think, as you shift out, right? He was very, very careful. Does leap in, bash to follow. Finally able to get some bleeds in and let the ribs do it. Look at that. Look at those bleeds, man. All he needs is just those bleeds. Once they're in, Cobra is under a ton of pain. Maim to stop a little bit of the casting. If you can get a kick on a few or two, that'd be amazing. Bolt flying out. Does he have a double one? Mortal Coil to follow the bolt. Shadow Fury. Does he have anything to follow up? Ruination into a bolt. I think it might be lights. Oh, there's nothing you can do there. There's actually nothing you could do there. That was just perfection on the part of Warlock, and unless you just have a... Do you have Bartskin there? I don't even know Bartskin gets tracked properly on this UI, honestly. I don't think it tracks it. I think it shows you when it's up. I don't think it shows you when it's down, though. That was crazy. There was nothing you could do. Actually airtight. Hit him with a fear. Bolt, Mortal Coil. I think Ruination Stun into a fear bolt. There's nothing you could do. Like, if you have a trinket, you break out of it. If you don't, it's over. It's just airtight. It's crazy. Envy is going to be up next though. Trying to be very careful with Cold Brew, who doesn't have a wall, so that is something that could be used to advantage them. No wall. He does have ports. He does have gates. You got to be very mindful of where the gates are. So you have a gate next to your wall, next to that wall. It's also very, very possible to assume there's going to be a portal back there. Yep, portal back there. Does go for the leap. He's actually keeping him away so you can't port. Trying to go for the gateway, having to reposition it. That's actually massive. Does allow Envy to just leap in. You do have a port as well, but he already burned the port. He can't port again. He tried to port earlier, but the chain from the spear got him caught. Void operations, trying to see if he can back up out of there. Envy does not have to deal with the port for a second. Does get a quick reflect. And finally getting some damage. Succubus catches it though. That is super unfortunate. Bolt 1, Shadow Fury. Bolt 2, hold on. Is this over? Oh, there's nothing you can do. Twice in a row, there's nothing you can do about that. Holy! What do you do in that situation? He's just sitting down for some food. Holy! Gonna be me trying to see if we can get some Mysticals there. Damn, exactly, dude. The damn. Damn, that's a big damn. Damn top of damn. You know what I mean? Ray of Frost catching Cobra, but he does have a Mortal Coil left. Ready to go for here. Yeah, even Grease is like, you know what? I watched a couple of dudes so far just get primed off of a Chaos Bolt and get put in a very, very rough spot because the one bolt can lead into a second bolt, does get the stun. It is a bit of a trade here, but a CC trade, very unorthodox, but does work, does kick him on fear. Bolts are available. Ruination, as long as you're moving, you don't get hit by it. Yeah, seriously, it feels like Ruination, as long as you're moving, you never get hit by it. It's like there's the delay on that ability just feels so kind of bad, actually, right? Or maybe it does connect, it just doesn't, it just looks like it misses. Or Mies maybe had the fattest shield available and refreshed it as he got hit. His Hellboy just didn't move. Like the thing landed next to him, but didn't feel like it connected. You know what I mean? I just don't. I feel like in PvE, consistency is fine in there, but in PvP, it just feels like it misses a lot. Gonna be a full meteor down. Cobra escaping it before he gets knocked down by the avalanche. With a bit of reflect right after. Mies trying to see if he can get himself a better positional. Having to be very, very careful with the succubus. At some point, you do have to catch the succubus. You see, wall, bolt 1. You have a second bolt to follow. Trying to make sure you get a good positional. There's going to be also altar available for Mies, so you can always reposition back. Get himself a little bit of help to work with. Normal wall to deal with. Does get hit by the succubus. You see, Cobra does not have bolts to follow up, but does have an infernal. That's going to be a bit of decent damage. If he can get himself some big bolts with that master and maxed out, this could be huge here. Renation was strong. Doesn't it, like, if you move away from it, doesn't it, like, not connect? You can just walk out of it? Or am I wrong about that? Like, I'm not arguing the damage it does, but, like, the fact that you could, it feels like you just sometimes, it feels sometimes it drops on people's heads, but if the move in duels, their Hellboy doesn't even move. You know what I mean? I was thinking for a second, me standing still there for a moment. definitely should be out there trying to interrupt the cast here really quickly. Mortal Coil for Cobra, does go for a trinket. It's going to be a reflect, trying to go for a stun. Cobra needs an escape, does go for second BCC. Trinket, but oh, Mace does take it. After watching those boys over for the team too. Getting clapped with his bolts. He found a way past him. Goeris immediately full wind strikes, full ascent. Route onto Goeris for Mies just needs to escape this. Might be another block here. Trying to see if he can get himself better positionals, just avoiding a lot of this damage. Ring of Frost on all these pets and making it harder for Goeris to really find an angle. Does still have lightning bolts that he's casting. Look at the damage he's doing from a distance, dude. Melee class and name only. Trinket right after. Mies may be looking for a block here, potentially. That is a lot of damage with lightning bolts. Yeah, block it. Block it, block it, block it. At least it gives you a little bit of that health recovery. 29% dampening. 6:07 minutes or 6 minutes 7. Why am I counting seconds? 6 minutes into the duel here. Mies does at least get some cooldowns coming up very soon. Could go for a proper stun. Goeris without a trinket. Just gotta find the time to land it. Void of pressure to avoid him for a second. Need something. Breath, anything. Breath in 2 seconds. 1. Oh, I think it's over. Oh, he had so much available in such a short time. I think he was just waiting for breath. I think he was literally just waiting for breath. He had everything. Icy Veins, Breath, Snowdrift, Ray, Comet, everything. But it's just so unfortunate, man. I feel for you. I feel for you. I think at that point, maybe you just do the blink and then reverse blink thing at that point just to gain some health. I don't even know if he had displacement back, though. He might have. I'm not sure. Stun onto Goeris is going to be up next. His Clap. Trying to see if you can take him out of here. Goeris so far taking 1. And compared to the rest of the team, though, taking a lot of bleeds. Can he go and follow up with Clapped as well as Leo? Because this could potentially be his glory kills right here. Can you move the totem? Doesn't have the totem move talent. I was thinking maybe like move the totem, shell shock the Pharaoh behind the pillar. That part would have helped a little bit, maybe. Or unless you don't want to do that and you just want the totem to like stun him as they're next to you. I could see a reason why you might want to not move it. Knocking the Pharaoh back, yet another stun. Goeris is under a ton of pressure, does get bulwark, but at 37% dampening, it barely does anything. Looking for a bit of a heal, but the Pharaoh's blades do lock it in. With Sheep finally getting a chance to properly play. Blink it after Clap. Try to see if we go for a bit of a alter time here. I think it was in no Viz, just alter. Just alter. Got himself a decent positionals though, trying to see if he can get some damage onto Clap back to back. He's got himself touching the magic. This could potentially be good. Sheep, although taking lots of damage himself though. Unless he can close the gap with Feral, he's gonna just take a lot of that bleed damage. Trying to see if you can make him a little bit harder for him to escape that pillar by placing a ring on one side. Clap, able to do a bit of damage. Try to go for Skull Bash. Unless he goes in for stun. Try to go for a re-stealth? Was that a meld, chat? Or I think he tried to go for a meld. But he's taking a lot of damage though. Looks like the mage does take it, but maybe looking for a block here. Sitting down for food is gonna be okay. Still 3 to go through for Team Leo. And he's the last man standing. Sheep does have a block. He'll definitely want to use it at some point to get a recovery. Unless he just gets absolutely just gapped by Leo out of nowhere with like a fatty crit frost strike or a big oblit and like the glacial advance combo. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, there goes the block. Leo definitely does not want to put in too much effort into the cooldowns there. And for Sheep, that's an opportunity to at least get a bit of recovery. He's got cooldowns coming up. He is a Magus, does go for a knock. That gives him quite a decent spot to get a bit of that shifting power, reposition us. Looking for a poly. Unless he can get a proper... Oh, he's Shimmer. I just realized you are a Shimmer mage, not a Blink mage. That could be interesting. Missiles at a distance. Does group in. Ultra is available so you can recover Ultra, but no, he does still have lots of damage. Going to Rick right after immediate port out of Rick, but he's getting back in there though. I don't know if Rick wants to actually do that. Leo got himself all the riders looking to send Leo away though for a second. But he's got Chain of Eyes back to back out to Rick, trying to keep him in place as best as possible. Does have Gateway. Does he just take it? Bolt 1, second bolt. Oh, it's just over. That's why he went in. Look at that. It looks so good. Oh, dude. Malevolence of the Dragon looks sick. I never noticed how good it looked. That looks sick. Cold Brew picking up the bolts and then Rick going back and like, hey, you forgot. But I'm also a Destro. And yeah, 1 bolt, 2 bolt, 3 bolt, 4. Have all the bolts. Have them some more. It's just wild how good they are, man.